Hi there. A friend was looking at our gallery and he was asking one question. Can I easily replicate one of the chart, one of the visual story displayed here? For example, this one. So in this video, I'm going to go through this because I found it's actually very interesting question. So firstly, if you look at this, this is basically time, basically an hour. Every hour, how many patients visit clinics? Patient time, patient volume by time of the day for each different weekday, like Monday to Sunday. So this is showing every hour for different days, like how much volumes there are. So how we do that is basically we can, this data set has original raw data, but here for replication purpose, we can just like using the graph results. So you select CSV here, let's say replicate demo. So we download it, we get a new CSV data. So now we can just get into our workspace and start to replicate it. Hopefully it's very, very simple. So first let's connect this new data. We got a CSV, so for demo purpose, we can just like drop it here. It's very, very, very small data. So we submit it and we get to know every single hour. And we have all the, weekdays, and each weekday at that hour, like how much, clinic visit volumes there are. Ignore the description, just keep the title, and then just connect. Once you have connected, it just like basically pop up the initial data for you, which is just showing Sunday. But here we want to see all the days. So what we do is basically we can say Monday to Sunday by time. If you're not sure, actually you can inspect the data first. So if you look at the inspect data, you can see we have time, which is hour for now, and every single, exactly the samples we see. And you can also check the samples, the sample data here, right? So just make sure the all queries here, make sure all queries here actually working as expected. So we can either enter or click this bottle icon. Let's enter here. It asks the backend to understand my query, and as you can see, it generates a query for me. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Another thing you may notice that is we bring the available settings here. Usually, actually, even today, it's still presenting as the first sections in the settings. But here is basically just helping users easily to identify what kind of settings I can do. All the general settings here, but if you want to individual settings, you can just click any button, or actually you can click on the graph. But let's show you here. Click the boss settings. Remember the the graph. Let's just do it again. It's a stacked, right? So for the replication purpose, we can just look at this. It's a stacked. We can just choose stacking. As you can see, it's stacked. This is like a vertical or horizontal. Now we may notice that the decimal numbers, we want to make it a display full number. We can do that as well. Select full, and I don't want the decimals because I should just integers. So you can see number of decimals here. Bring to 0. Now we have all this, and we can adjust a little bit about the top space, so we can have more space on. This is a little bit. I wish I can just like move all of them at once. So in the future, we may make this legend group working a little bit easier. So now another question is basically now I want to change the theme. Usually every single matrix you can customize the name, alias here, or you can change color here. But we providing another quick shortcut for you to basically just like change the whole the palette. So as you can see, you either can change each individual colors in the color palette, or you can just change the whole set. So if I change this, you can see the palette, the whole thing changed, right? So hopefully in your preset, as we called it out here in your profile, I'm not going there, but I just want to point it out. Go to profile, and there is like preference sections. You can set a lot of defaults, like what is the default palette you want to use, what is the default general font, including color, family, and color. I'm not sure if you have background. Probably we are going to use, providing that default as well. Basically anything here, you can see settings. We can allow users to do the personalized, defaults. So now let's see, do we have everything? I think so. Or if we want to display all the hours, we can do this, make these numbers a little bit more, right? It's a little bit cloud, so we can adjust the font size a little bit small. I mean, if that looks better. Bottom space, we don't need that much. So yeah, like this. So this is very quickly, last thing. I think we need a auto title. If you don't want this, we can just modify it manually. We can say by time, every weekday, like each weekday visit volume by time, by hour, right? It's more accurate. So yeah, so this is like showing how we quickly can just replicate, the graph we displayed there. And if we want a little bit more summary, we can do that as well. For example, I want to do a little bit more, is basically want to do a summary, which is we can adjust the site, give it more site space, and I want to drop our smart widget here, right? So smart widget will tell me for each metric, like what is the total volumes there are. I can show average across, the all the keys, or the summary, all the keys. So either whatever, if it makes sense to you, I mean, you can just place this. This is the replications. I can save it, just replicate demo. Right, I can save it. I can just select it. So yeah, so this is comes to my gallery now. If I want to share it, I can share it. So this is just like a quick demo to walk through like how easily to replicate the graph, and also just by the chance to demo how we build stacked graph, choose different palette, customize settings, and doing some design on the story. Hope you like it. Bye.